$47 billion. That's the net flows into spot Bitcoin ETF since they launched in the US last year. That's $47 billion of people starting their crypto journey, $47 billion from families looking to secure financial freedom, $47 billion of new money that's found its way into crypto in a simple, easy, and cheap way. And that's why 21Shares was started, to make investing in crypto as easy as buying a stock. Now, I spent most of my career in traditional finance, investing for large institutions. And I'll tell you something about TradFi. Size matters. Okay, it really does. The largest institutional investors get access to the best investment opportunities. And the smaller investors, the individuals, or even the small institutions, are left with the scraps. But crypto changes that. Crypto makes investing in a new but growing technology available to everyone. It's the first time that we've had an asset that is exciting and new and growing and related to a transformational technology available to absolutely everybody to access. But you and I know that not everybody can access it today, right? Not everybody's in a position to open a Coinbase account or manage a wallet or trade on DeFi. Not everyone's in that position today. So while crypto may be a great leveler and perhaps will close the great wealth gap that exists today, we need to take it a step more to make it investing not just fair and equal, but to make it equitable. That's where ETFs come in. ETFs take Web3 crypto and put it into a Web2 financial product. Again, making it as easy to invest like buying a stock. Now, our business has come a long way since we started in 2018. Today, we're the leading provider of cryptocurrency ETFs and ETPs in the world. We have $8.5 billion in assets, over 50 products across 12 exchanges and 3 continents. We've gone from just a crypto made easy to a crypto for everyone mentality. And as the industry has matured and evolved, so too has our business. We're now the provider of choice for hedge funds and other professional investors. Why do they choose to invest with us? 3 things. Capital markets, creating great liquidity on the underlying asset and the product. Proprietary technology, meaning we're faster and cheaper to market than anybody else. And research. Research is at the core of everything we do. Research is about educating our clients, taking them on the journey. It's about doing a deep dive into the underlying technology, making sure we really understand it, and we're selecting the best assets to take to market in a product. It's answering the easy questions for investors. What is blockchain? And some of the most difficult ones. They're still trying to figure out if it's pronounced Sui or Sui, by the way. That's why people invest with us. That's why people come to our ETFs and our ETPs. But what is an ETF, and why should any of you care? ETFs and ETPs in Europe are securities. They're traded on regular, traditional, regulated exchanges. They're bought in the same way as anybody would buy an equity, through your bank, your broker, trading app, whatever. As long as they're connected to the exchange, they're available to investors. No need for new accounts, no need for wallets, etc. 21Shares, ETPs and ETFs buy spot crypto. So that means when someone comes and buys one of our products, they invest with fiat, is converted to crypto, and deposited with a custodian. 1 for 1, fully collateralized. Now, ETFs require big infrastructure to make them operate efficiently and effectively. So 21Shares spends a lot of time working with custodians, working with liquidity providers, with exchanges, to make sure we have the best support for the underlying asset. So we're bringing in new liquidity providers in, making sure that they support the underlying asset. We bring in new custodians. We use our relationships to get the additional support needed for the underlying asset. And we're working with exchanges to make sure that there's additional liquidity. We also have to work with the traditional exchanges. So the traditional exchanges need to validate the underlying asset and say, yes, that is suitable for a product on our exchange. It's a huge milestone because it means a regulated venue has looked at an asset. They've worked with our research team. They've worked with our capital markets team. And they said, yes, this is suitable for a product that could go out to retail. And then lastly, we need to build a whole go-to-market around the product launch. We need a marketing campaign. We need a narrative. We need messaging, a story to get investors interested. What does this mean? This means that overall, ETFs create better liquidity on the underlying asset. They create more support, more infrastructure is supporting the asset after we bring an ETF to market. And they create great awareness across a market that wouldn't normally see the underlying asset. I've seen this firsthand. So we launched Sui ETP in Europe last year. It's actually now our fastest growing European ETP ever. Highest rate of there you go, organic growth that we've seen in any of our products. And when my sales team go out to customers, they're not talking about Sui in the sense of, we've got this brand new thing, it's up and coming. They're talking about it in the same sentence alongside Solana, alongside ETH, alongside BTC. This is where it's come to. And that's through having the product, that's through having the right messaging, having the right research, and knowing how to engage with investors. And finally, ETFs are financing for the ecosystem. It's simple. Investors buy the product buys the spot. More people buy our products, the more demand pressure there is on the price, higher prices, larger treasuries. You get the picture. There's more money to go around, more money for investment and development of the overall ecosystem. So ETFs are a method of financing for the project. And that matters more as institutional investors come into the space. You know as well as I do, they're already coming. Year-on-year increases in allocations to crypto, mainly Bitcoin today, but it will expand across public companies, private enterprises, and governments. We think that's only going to accelerate from this point onwards. There's one institutional buyer that is yet to dip their toes into the market. And that's the institutional investment management industry. $100 trillion industry has barely made it into crypto yet. Just even conservatively, we think there's a $2 trillion opportunity for crypto, and Sui should take a portion of that. For a business like ours, 21Shares, as the market leader, we see a $400 billion TAM. The only way we can be successful is if we find great technology, is if we find great stories and create great products to take to market. And that's why, as you all know, today we're announcing a strategic partnership with Sui to bring the asset and the network to the globe. Last night we filed with the SEC and S1 to list a Sui ETF in the United States, the largest crypto growth market in the world today. There you go. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. But we can't do this alone. We cannot be successful alone. We need your help. We need your input. We need the stories. Tell us why Sui is so great. If you think our research is missing something, let us know. If you have a great project that's going to take Sui to the next level, we want to hear about it. We want to tell your story to our clients. We want to take Sui to the masses, to the world, and like you do, we want to make Web3 accessible in Web2 ease. Thank you.